Guys, welcome to a day in the life of my life as a real estate agent. What we're going through, what we're doing on a daily basis, and how we allocate energy to certain tasks. Obviously, haven't delegated any energy to the task of my hair this morning, but it is because I'm on my way to gym. I'll see you there. So it's not that early, like it's dark. Oh, forgot that's on my head. I wanted to put it over my head. Anyway, so it's not that dark and like that early. I changed my routine a little bit depending on my health, on my energy, so that I can be happier during the day. Because if you wake up at 5, which I do, but I don't go gym that early. If I wake up at 5 and go to gym immediately, then I don't have energy by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is crazy back to me, which is crazy. Like I can't even deal. On my way to gym, see you there. So in today's day in the life, it's not that great. Oh, I didn't have a good gymming session, had some fun, but anyway, can't stop thinking about work and stuff that needs to get done. And I guess that's why we work out, is to temper those anxieties. I know I've got my day planned my day yesterday. Every time I don't plan my day the day before, I'm overcome by anxiety and the feeling that I'm not producing as much as I possibly can. Those lies start coming up. You're not good enough, you're not doing enough, you won't reach that H-O-G, hairy audacious goal, yeah, that I put out there for this year.
Betty, was jy? Hello.
Kom maar so. Moenie bang wees nie. Hy is net nee, hy is 'n pussy. Ek het hom gegryp en toe daai lei. Hy's 'n pussy. This is Benji, you guys. Day in a life is never complete if he's not in a video. He's so cuddly. There's Happy, busy doing our garden. I know what waits for me is I've got all these plans for today, but at the house stuff also needs to happen, right? So there's a bunch of dishes that is my responsibility. Before I can actually start my day, I need to make sure my house is in order. So I'm not even going to show you these dishes because it's chaos. But yeah, they're awaiting. So I'm going to go finish that and then actually just start the day. Gosh, here we go. So my wife washes the dishes so much quicker than me. And she's really good at it. Sy is baie vinnig. Dit gebeur so vinnig. En sy gooi jik in die water vir glase. Do you guys throw jik in the water for the glasses? I don't. She doesn't know. Hey, do you want to go? Let's go. Let's go for walkies. Let's go. Let's go for walkies. Let's go. Oh, day in the life. Just got off the phone with the client. 25-minute phone call. It's not my room, by the way, it's a spare room. 25-minute phone call discussing their needs, building rapport, asking good questions, and really building trust with a person that you've never met. It's difficult, and that's what I constantly do the whole day, is try to keep the relationship, keep that trust, win market share in the mind, and by communicating with people, putting myself out there in weird ways. I've got written down in my book here my roadmap for the day. If you don't do that, then you're probably going to miss a few things. I don't do it every single day, so I do miss a few things, but I try hard not to. And when I miss things, I don't want to condemn myself for missing those things, because that just consumes my time and my mind and my productivity, and it all just goes downhill from there. Okay, it's time to hit the shower and get into the work attire. Let's see what happens for the rest of the day. Today's one of those days I'm sitting and I'm in my own freaking head because I made a mistake. And I know that it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter. And that whatever I do after this, and I realized waking up this morning that I made that mistake yesterday. So waking up with my heart is beating. And I know that if I just carry on doing what I need to do, it'll all be sorted. But that mistake is in my head. So yeah, that's what I'm working through today, and I know that physiology influences psychology, psychology influences your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. So I know all of that stuff. So I'm just allowing myself just time to take a breath, and then out of the blue, Nicolene, my business partner, sends me a message, and just out of the blue, she doesn't know this, like out of the blue, take a breath. We are actually blessed. How crazy is that? So that just gave me like God's divine answering my call. Yeah. And then Benji needs attention because he doesn't like these winter days. So I'm working with Benji. Working on this list that I showed you earlier. There's a few things that I need to go do. So obviously taking action and moving your body puts the physiology in a forward moving state, and that's how I can also just move on from this mistake that keeps on like playing off in my head. Anyway, it's not even that big. But because I know who I am and I want to achieve what I want to achieve, I don't want it to become a trait in my life. Makes sense, I guess. Is it, Benji? Do you forgive me? There are a few deals that we're working on. This one is one of them. So this client ran out of money basically, and he had this piece of ground that he started building this 315 square meter property on, and now they can't finish it. I think it just ran out of money. So now we're looking for a specific buyer for this place, somebody that would take on something that's half built. They just started. It's 315 square meters. It's got 4 bedrooms, granny flat, gym with a storeroom and an ensuite. Every room has an ensuite. It's huge. And I'm trying to come up with a price for this thing, because how do you sell this? First of all, you can't finance this. The bank won't finance half-built buildings. It's too much of a risk. So you need a person who wants to build to live. And what it's worth, well, I guess it's really just as much as the ground it stands on. So the plot prices for 500 plus square meters, 530, is around 500 to 650,000 that you'll pay for a piece of land to build on. Benefits, he's already started building, so you don't have to get that done. pros and cons. So the cons, you have to follow what he has started because the layout is there already. Pros is that you can finish this thing off and have it as a spectacular property for you and your family to live in. So that's the one thing that we're dealing with, and then on a daily basis just looking for more inventory to sell because there is no inventory on the market at the moment. So deals that we are working on is in Langeberg Ridge. We've got that beautiful modern double story townhouse in a complex, homeowners association, low levies, $600. We just sold the house yesterday, 44 Viking Drive, big yard, 500 square, 120 odd square house for 1.8 million. That went through quite easily. And we're sitting with just stale listings that sellers just can't reduce the price. So they just have to sit in the demise and wait for somebody to buy them. We can only do so much. It's difficult. We're not magicians, and we shouldn't sell ourselves as property magicians. We are property matchmakers, and we analyze data. We can't determine, we can only interpret. So being realistic in our conversation, managing the expectations, and that's the daily stuff, I guess. For now, I'm gonna go see a lady to sign a consent to pull plans for her house that she wants to sell. Just make sure everything's fine there. Then I'm off to, got 50 doors to knock today because I've got so many buyers, inventory lacking. So I've got to knock 50 doors today. I've got to go flip a board in Viking Village, the one that we sold. And I already made the call to my friend's mother-in-law who wants to sell. We're going to get that deal. And then I'm going to buy VR goggles because we are starting to do Metaports, the virtual walkthroughs for our listings. So I need people to experience that. Already worked out. Yeah, I've got this whole plan for my day, which just dampers my anxiety. I think I've told you. Anyway, answering some texts, some emails, sorting some stuff out, and then I'm on the road in the next 15 minutes. The day in a life. Is it always I have the camera ready and its lights and its stuff? I'm so frustrated with myself right now because I printed this fucking document yesterday. And it's a stupid document. And then the client said, no, let's just rather sign it tomorrow. And now I can't find the freaking thing that I printed. I was halfway to her office and I had to turn back to the house because I needed to now print it. I can't send it to her. Please print it. What does that look like? You look like an idiot. At least I'll just feel like an idiot to myself, and not look like an idiot to her. So rather turn back, say, listen, I'll be 10 minutes late, and just print it at the house and rush through. I'm just irritating myself because waar kan jy het gesit het? So frustrating. But it's small. I don't have to be frustrated. I don't have to be frustrated. Okay, print. Now this thing needs to print. Print document. Because if you're not going to print, I'm going to be crazy. Yeah, to bridge the money, to get it to you before it registers, that type of stuff. There's a few things that still needs to just fall in place from the bank side so that the money.
It's not a problem because I mean I've got
Okay, Brian.
okay, then.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
And we'll chat soon. With regards to like you staying here, how long are you gonna still be here?
Well, this is what I need to really know. I mean,
Okay, so we'll know in the next 2 weeks what that kind of gonna look like. Okay,
okay.
have a good one. Cheers. Yeah, that's always interesting, guys. When a house sells, and there might be a tenant in there, or owners are on their way out, whatever needs to be maintained isn't maintained anymore. So for our clients who are going to move in, to make that process more enjoyable for them and not get to a place that the grass has grown a meter long and it's not been maintained. Talking about maintenance, I actually asked Brian after it rained, are there any leaks that needs to be taken care of, because we also don't want those headaches for ourselves and for our new clients. Alright, so this morning I committed to knocking 50 doors. And it's not about actually knocking the door. There's the champion right there. Champion, that's John. He's a champion. So it's not about knocking the doors, it's about having quality conversations. So I'm in Langeberg Ridge and I parked next to this open field right here that everyone knows. I don't know if everyone knows, but there's an estate actually going up here. It's 20 exclusive luxury homes called Uribe Estate. So it's a pygmy antelope that's about this big. We call it springbokkies. Well, I'll call it a springbokkie. And Langeberg Ridge is one of the few places where you still find small holdings. So that's one of 3, I think, that's still available. There's huge developments happening in this area. But anyway, let me stop talking and start working, see if I can meet some people. And we've got beautiful views of the Langeberg Mountains from Langeberg Ridge. This house that I'm going to knock at, it's got so many dogs. Dogs are going to start barking like mad. So the next house that we're going to, I've spoken to Christine, it's the owner. She hasn't been wanting to sell, but I see the grass hasn't been cut in a very long time. So that might be an indicator that they need my help. Let's go see. Gotta be honest, I don't knock when there are dogs, because dogs just freak me out, they irritate me if they bark too much. And owners don't really want to talk to you when you're at the door, right? So you have to just smile and look nice. But when their dogs are barking, then they sort of get irritated with you, like it's your fault their dogs are barking. How ridiculous is that? Walking down Hawk Road in Langeberg Ridge, knock some of these doors. I've spoken to so many people here. Not many people have made a move, but let's see things change overnight. Hallo oom.
Hallo.
Gaat het goed?
Ja, oké, dankie man.
Lekker. My naam is Kobus, ek's van Champion Real Estate. Ek's maar net in die area, besig om myself voor te stel. Wil julle dalk julle huis verkoop? Kan ek julle help daarmee?
Ja, nee, ek wil in Pandok gaan bly.
Regtig, ons het baie van hulle.
Ja, ek weet, daar is 'n lot van hulle daai kant.
As jy net die afry met die
ja,
pad.
ek weet. Ja,
Ons kan ons maar gratis.
Is dit nogal?
Hulle sal jou betaal om daar te bly.
Nogal?
Ja.
Nee man, nee. Nee, terugbetaling aan wat was dit? United Building Society. Ek dink dit was, ja.
United Building Society.
United, hulle bestaan nie meer nie.
Ek het nie eens gehoor. Nee, ja.
Was R180 'n maand.
Ja, ek vat dit nou enige dag. Ek vat dit nou enige dag.
My eerste kar wat ek gekoop het, en ek is 82. En my eerste kar wat ek gekoop het in 1967. Splinternuwe Volkswagen van die vloer af. in Claremont in die Kaap.
Ja.
R800. Maar toe was R800 R800.
Dit was
Maar
nou.
jou geld se waarde was soveel bieder. Ons
Okay. Jy moet nie die ou mense pla nie. Die ou mense hou nie van dit nie. Hey. Why are you knocking? Why are you knocking? The house that I'm at now sold for about 1.6 million about 2 years ago, and seems like people are churning property quicker these days. It's not 7 years, 5 years, it's quicker. It's almost freaking year on year. I had a couple of sales last year where people bought the year before. Never knew that they were going to sell a year later. At least made them some bucks. But still, it's difficult. What a great start and process of this door knocking session today. Behind me, like I mentioned to you, is one of the developments called Bonsai in Langeberg Ridge. It is huge. It's got the best finishes that I've seen in a very long time. It has the townhouses, duplex and single level, and they're selling out. Phase 1 I think is sold out, phase 2 has opened up, and then they have luxury apartments starting at about 1.5 million at the back. It is one of the big developments in Langeberg Ridge, and what we are seeing more often happening to the small holdings that are actually still around is everyone's selling those out for the land and developing it. Developer makes money, and we all support the housing problem in South Africa, I guess. Houses without bells grinds my nuts. I want to talk to people. Let's see if anyone's home and willing to talk to me. Funny thing, I prefer speaking face to face, and if I can't, intercom. Really good. Really, really, really good. This house is in Pinewood Crescent and recently painted. Hi, dis Kobus hier so van Champion Real Estate. Ek's maar net in die area. Wil net gaan gehoor het of ek dalk 'n afspraak met julle kan maak om 'n waardasie te doen vir julle huis.
Ek dink dit is nodig nie, maar dankie.
Cool, julle het onlangs geverf, né?
Redelik.
Ja, dit lyk netjies.
Dankie.
Well done. Goed gaan. Bye bye. Just gonna take a little well-deserved break from the door knocking. Head down to Okavango Crossing. That is just 2 minutes. Safety belt. 2 minutes from the location of Langeberg Ridge. There's a Woolworths food. There's a Checkers. There's a Dross. Bunch of stuff. So I'm going to Woolies, get a Woolies meal, get it in my mouth, and then just move on, carry on to the next session of door knocking. So I'm taking a break, and I need to just get food in my system. And the real estate agent diet. Jeez, this angle is bad, bro. Angle is bad. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. Anyway, the real estate agent diet. It's really clean and lean and like full of protein. Okay. I hope my wife doesn't see this video. What a day, I just got home. The wind is picking up, so door knocking is not that great. Didn't get to all the doors that I wanted to, but that's okay. I'll just stack what I need to get done on to the next days and fill that quota. My favorite part of ending this day, well, getting home, is hello Benji! Hello Mister on the couch! Oh, he's amazing. Hello! Hello! Hello, Puzon! Hello, Puzon! Hello! Oh, hello! Hello, Benji! Jy sê pa werk die hele dag, jong. Jy sê hy werk die hele dag en werk, jong.
Jy sê werk die hele dag gewerk.
It's altijd cute. And then getting home and smelling one of my favorite meals. So the house is neat, everything's lekker. My wife's making one of my favorite meals, and that is naan bread. Don't care what goes with it. Naan bread is my favorite meal. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next vlog. Day in the life of a realtor. It isn't always as it should be, but we do what we can. We remain focused, and just emotional turmoil, eh? It's crazy. See you guys next time.